You probably know exactly what I mean when I say after a long flight, you feel like absolute garbage. Now there's a reason for that, and it's a special word called dehydrated. Hey everyone, it's Troy from Flow Freely, and today I'm going to be going over why exactly you dehydrate so fast when you fly on a plane. So the first thing I want to talk about is the humidity level. So the average humidity level in a plane is about 20% humidity. And to put that into perspective, the Sahara Desert has an average humidity of 25%. So how does low humidity actually play a role in dehydrating you? Well, thanks for asking, let me explain. So low humidity means that the air is really dry. And so that air is going to try to find any source of water that it can. And guess what's made out of 70% water? We are. So that dry air is practically sucking the water right out of you. And if you haven't been hydrating all day, then there's really no water to kind of replace it. Actually, Yasmin Badiani of Fizz Sports said that on a 10-hour flight, you can lose up to 8% of your body's water. 8%, that's wild. All right, so the second thing I want to talk about is how thin the air is. So we all know planes get really high in the air. We're talking like 30,000 plus feet. And I'm sure you've seen people climbing mountains and they have the oxygen mask because the air is so thin that high. And it's even thinner up in the plane. See, the problem with that is your blood's not getting enough oxygen circulated through the body. And this is where the side effects like dizziness, fatigue, other things like that come into play. So not only are you dehydrating yourself by just sitting in the cabin, your blood is also losing a lot of oxygen by breathing in such thin air constantly. So between these two things, dehydration and thin air, you can understand why you're going to feel dizzy and bloated and fatigued and just completely out of it. So how do you prevent this from happening? Well, the thin air thing, you're kind of screwed because it's not like you can bring air on a plane, at least not that I know of. Probably not. But the dehydration thing can be mitigated. So the first thing I'd recommend is bringing a packable water bottle. You can find water bottles that like crinkle up. You can find water bottles that compress down into like a tiny little thing that you can pack in your carry-on. And once you get through security and everything, you can just find the nearest water fountain, fill that sucker up, and then drink away. Another thing you can do is just drink water for 24 hours leading up to your flight. Now, a lot of people recommend drinking about 8 fluid ounces every hour before your flight. And it's just me that says to start, about 12 to 24 hours before you fly out. And that makes it so you don't have to pound water before you board, and then you're just gonna be equally as miserable sitting there having to pee for 10 hours. Obviously you can go on the plane, but you don't wanna get up, go to the bathroom, come back, have everyone have to stand up for you, get to your seat, sit there for an hour, stand up, everyone else stands up. Also, another tidbit that may be a little TMI, try to fart and burp a lot before you board the plane. Because that lack of oxygen up there, that expands the gases and it's just gonna make you miserable. I can say that from first-hand experience. It's not a fun feeling. I don't wanna be that guy like gassing out everyone on the plane, so just try to do that like beforehand if you can. And also while you're at it, I'd really appreciate it if you could scroll down and hit subscribe and then click that bell icon so you get notifications whenever I upload. On top of that, hit like and then share this video with friends so that they know how to prevent dehydration on their next flight. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.